Good morning, students. Today we have to discuss the fourth elements of directing, that is your communication. In this period, we have to discuss the meaning, features, and types of organizational communication and differentiation between them. Communication can be defined as transmission or exchange of idea, views, message, information, or instruction between two or more persons by different means. Or communication is the process of exchange of idea, thoughts between the two and more persons for achieving the common goal of the organization. Following are the steps of communication or process of communication. Number 1, sender, number 2, message, encoding, media, decoding, receiver, feedback. These are the steps of process of communication. Sender is the person who convey the message. The communication process begins immediately when the idea comes in the mind of the sender. Then message, the contents of idea or message or suggestion which sender wants to share with receiver is called message. After selection of message, then you have to move to encoding. Receiver cannot read the mind of sender, so receiver convert the idea into language or other communication symbols such as pictures, gestures, etc. This is known as encoding. Encoding means transfer of message to the electrical symbols. Then after encoding, then media, it is the way or means through which encoded message has to be transmitted to receiver. The communication ways of transmissions are phone, letter, internet, message, etc. Then decoding. Decoding refers to converting the encoded message into language and understanding the message. Then receiver. The receiver is the person who receives the communication and understands the message. Then last is your feedback. Feedback means after understanding the message, the receiver sends his response on that idea or message to sender. When response reaches the sender, then only communication process ends. Communication must be, feedback must be clear. That means the receiver receives the message on the light of the sender. Then you have to discuss the form of organizational communication. There are two types of organizational communication: formal communication and informal communication. Formal communication is known as official communication, that is created out of law. The formal communication refers to official communication at official peace between the people who are officially related to each other. Formal communication generally takes place in the written form, such as issue of notice, letter, memo, documents, etc. And you have to follow the scalar chain for passing the communication. And features of the formal communication: goal oriented. Formal communication focused to achieve the organizational goal. Systematic. Formal communication is very systematic as it ensures orderly flow of information through scalar chain only. Source of information. Under the formal communication, it is easy to fix responsibility as they are is proof of informational communication. Impersonal. Under formal communication, information is passed in impersonal manner, and delay in information as scalar chain is followed in passing information, so generally information is delayed. Then come to the informal communication. Just opposite, informal communication is not created out of law. It is created for achieving the personal objective of the employees. That means informal communication between different members of organization who are not officially attached to each other is known as informal communication. It has no prescribed rules and regulation. It has no prescribed way of passing the communication. So these are the following are the features of informal communication. Focus on psychological satisfaction, fast spreading rumors, get distorted, leakage of confidential information. Focus on psychological satisfaction. Through informal communications, employees can develop friendly relationship and get social satisfaction. The information travel very fast as it cut across the scalar chain. Spreading rumor. Sometimes the informal communication result in spreading rumor as it is not possible to find out the source of information. Get distorted. The information travel in a very unsystematic manner and get distorted while passing through the various channels. Leakage of confidential information. The confidential information may get leaked under the informal communication as it is not possible to fix the responsibilities. Then we have to discuss the types of communication, that is your vertical communication, horizontal communication and diagonal communication. Vertical communication is divided into two parts, that is your downward communication and number two upward communication. Downward communication moves from top level to lower level, that means from superior to subordinates. And upward communication just opposite, it moves from subordinates to superior authorities or from lower level management to higher level management. Horizontal communication. Horizontal communication is the communication between the two and more persons working in the same level of authority. Generally, different department heads discuss the policy of their department with each other. That will be considered as the horizontal communication. Discussion between two managers of the same rank, also horizontal communication. For example, the marketing manager may discuss from time to time the quality and packaging of product with the production manager. Then diagonal communication. Diagonal communication is a flow of information between the person working in different departments and holding different levels of authority. For example, the salesman may request the production manager to modify the product design according to the requirement of the customers. The diagonal communications prevents delay in flow of communication and helps in taking fast decisions, as subordinates of one department can directly contact with the message of other department. That is about the types of communication. Then difference between formal communication and informal communication. Formal communication, we have to follow the following basis. The basis are: number one, meaning, relations, nature, channel, expression, need, speed, fixation of responsibility records. That is these are the basis or points of formal communication and informal communication. Meaning, as you know, it refers the communication taking place within the official chain of command. It refers to communication between individual and groups which are not officially recognized. Relations, in formal communication, official communication, and it is your personal communication or personal leadership. Nature, it is not rigid in nature and cannot be modified. It is flexible, dynamic and varies from individual to individuals. Channels, it follows formal or established line of command. It is based on informal relationship and no fixed line of command is followed. Expression, it is mostly expression in written form, it is mostly in oral form. Need, it serves the need of the organization, it serves the need of individual working in the organization. Speed is very low, speed is very high. Fixation of responsibility, it is easy to fixation of responsibility among the subordinates because source of information is known. It is not possible to fix the responsibility because the source of information are not known. Record, the record of formal communications are maintained for future reference. No record of information communication are maintained. And number 10 also you can remember. That is your one point, important point. In formal communication, there is no chance of rumor, and informal communication, it creates rumor, or there is a chance of creation of rumor. That is about today. Have a nice day. And we have to discuss the next chapter and last chapter, that is your controlling, in the next period.